Maria Zenobia Izquierdo Gutierrez was a Mexican painter. Izquierdo was born in San Juan de los Lagos in the state of Jalisco. She was born on October 30th, 1902. When she was only 5 years old, she lost her father. After that, Maria ended up staying with her grandparents and aunts in different towns, such as Aguascalientes, Torreón, y Saltillo. Her family was a devoted Catholic family. At the age of only 14 years old, Maria Izquierdo was forced to wed. She had an arranged marriage with a senior army officer named Colonel Candido Posadas. This marriage did not last long. She had 3 children in this marriage when she was only 17 years old. She had 2 sons and 1 daughter. Her daughter was a big influence in some of Maria Izquierdo's artwork, which includes Niñas Durmiendo in 1930. This piece of artwork means girls sleeping. And in this piece of artwork, we're able to see a portrait of her daughter, Amparo, and the other little girl in this artwork we see is her niece. The meaning behind this artwork is a change from her childhood to adult life in Mexico City. Her artwork had a meaning of a lot of different things of what life was and what it is now. Before Maria Izquierdo even did this artwork, so much happened in her personal life. She moved with her family to Mexico City in 1923, where she was finally able to go with her true passion of art and decided to leave her husband. Sadly, she didn't stay at the school very long. She went to the Academy of San Carlos and only was there for 1 year. Some time passed, and Izquierdo moved in with Tomayo, which was one of her profound influencers of her life. She lived with him for a total of 4 years, but he left after he fell in love with someone else. During the period of time she lived with him, it was one of her best lives, and Izquierdo started to find herself and her artwork. She said her artwork was a language that brought to light the hidden. As she hit her 20s, she was the first Mexican woman to have a solo exhibition at the New York Art Center in 1929. In 1930, she was included in an exhibition of Mexican painters at the Metamorphic Museum of Art in New York. And in 1931, at the Museum of Modern Art. In 1940, Izquierdo's life started to take a turn for the best. She was also doing her best with her artwork and in her career. She was focusing more of her time doing portraits and still life art. She was at the peak of her career when she started to do more deeper artwork. She started to do artwork that she had never created before. Izquierdo ended up having a second marriage with Raúl Oribe, a Chilean painter, in 1944. After she had been alone for a while, she had been raising her children alone, but her life finally was taking a turn and coming together. But sadly, once again, this happiness did not last very long for Maria Izquierdo. In 1945, the best time of her career, because she was asked to do a mural for a building in Mexico City. The project sadly never happened due to Diego Rivera and David Alfonso Izquierdo. The 2 best muralist painters blocked her from getting this job opportunity. Maria Izquierdo lost lots of money due to this and was completely heartbroken of what had happened. She began to have many nightmares that left her sleepless nights because of this. She created one of her last best art pieces due to what had happened. As you can see in this artwork she drew named Sueños y Pensamientos, she was holding her own head. She had duplicated herself in this drawing known to be an oil on canvas. This was sadly her last piece before having a stroke in 1948. She suffered paralyzation on the right side of her body and had to train herself to use her left side of her body. But this did not stop her from doing art. She created 20 more art pieces, but they were never the same as her peak of her art career. Maria Izquierdo had a short life that wasn't the best and had many personal and professional difficulties. She had to raise 3 children on her own, and she died sadly at the age of 53 and never received due recognition of what her artistic abilities accomplished.